Chapter 3, Example 6. So, here we are learning how to analyze the transaction and convert it into a journal entry. Okay, so now example 6, cash deposited into bank. Okay, this is the transaction. Since here cash is involved, we call this as cash transaction. Okay, so while analyzing, first we have to check the accounts which are involved for the journal entry. Okay, so now here cash is one account. It is being deposited into bank. So bank is the another account. So the two important accounts here in this transaction are cash account and bank account. Okay, and cash account has a nature, that is real account in nature. Cash account is real account in nature. Bank account is personal account in nature, that is personal, real, nominal. Out of these three, each account will be categorized under one of these accounts. So here bank is a personal account, cash is always a real account. Okay, then when we say personal account, again the next step is to check the golden rules of accounting. Personal account golden rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Here we have to check whether bank is the receiver or the giver. Since we are depositing into the bank, so bank receives the amount, so bank is the receiver, so we have to debit that account. Then cash account, we say it is real account. Real account rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. We are depositing cash into the bank, which means we take cash from the business and give it in the, or deposit in the bank account, which means cash is going out of the business. Cash goes out of the business, so we have to credit cash account. So while writing the journal entry, you have to write the format, date, particulars, ledger folio, debit, credit. In this, as we analyzed, bank account should be debited, cash account should be credited. So bank account debtor, debtor should always be written to the right side corner of particulars column. Leave off some space and then write to cash account. Then you have to immediately write the narration, which is cash deposited into bank. Then debit column and credit column, you have to write the amount just beside the debtor and creditor in the exact debit and credit column. Okay. Example 7. Paid salary by check. Paid salary. Okay, so which means here you have to take up salary as one account, and the other account which is visible here is check. Okay, so whenever we see check, immediately we have to treat that as the bank account. Okay, so one account here is salary, the other one is bank. Now, this is a bank transaction. Since bank is involved here, this is a bank transaction. And here accounts involved are salary account and bank account. Then the nature of account. Salary account, any kind of expenses which is being made will be considered as a nominal account. So here also we'll write nominal account for salary, and we need to check whether we have spent the amount or received the amount of salary. Since here it is given as paid salary, we have spent the amount maybe to our employees. Okay, now as per nominal account, all the expenses and losses should be debited, incomes and gains should be credited. Now since it is an expense, we need to debit salary account. Then comes in bank account. Bank account, it is a personal account in nature, and as per personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. And here we are paying salary by check, which means bank is going to pay the amount to our employees. Okay, we have just given the check and bank is going to pay the amount, right? So now bank is the giver here, so we need to credit the giver as per personal account rule. So while writing the journal entry, we write this as salaries account debtor to bank account. Again, salary paid by check, you will write the amount just next to salaries account debtor as 3000 in the debit column. Bank account, you will write in the credit side as rupees 3000. Then example 8. Here the transaction is sold goods to Mahesh on credit. Okay. Here you have to keenly watch this particular word, that is, whenever sold goods to any person is given. Okay. In that case itself, it is to be treated as credit transaction, which means there is no cash involved. So it is to be treated as credit transaction. Since here specifically on credit is also given, anyway it is going to be credit transaction only. Okay, if it is given as, if it was given as sold goods to Mahendran rupees 9000, in that case also it is a credit transaction only. Okay, even though if on credit word is not there, still if any person name is given, in that case it is to be treated as a credit transaction. Okay, so here the two accounts which are involved are Mahesh account, and since we are selling goods, okay, sold goods is given there, right? So automatically we have to take up sales account. Okay, if anything is being specified like say sold furniture, in that case we need to take up furniture. Here since it is goods, we have to take up sales account. Okay, then Mahesh account, as we all know, the nature is a personal account, so we have to debit the receiver and credit the giver. Here Mahesh is receiving the goods because he is getting we are selling the goods, so automatically he is receiving the goods, right? So he becomes the receiver, so we have to debit Mahesh account. Then comes in sales account. Sales account is nominal in nature. Now we need to see whether the goods are, when we sell goods, whether we receive any income or we spend any amount. Okay, whenever we make sales, automatically we'll receive the amount from the consumer or the customer. But for now, Mahesh is not giving us the money, but still, when we make sale, it is known that we will be receiving the income in future at least. Okay, so it is nothing but your income. So whenever we have income, as per nominal rule, we have to credit all the incomes and gains. Okay, so here sales account should be credited. The entry should be Mahesh account debtor to sales account. Narration will be sold goods to Mahesh on credit, and write the amounts in the debit and the credit column. Okay.